don't need another piece of shade cloth, y'all. Texas heat is no joke. When that UV index gets above 9, you have got to cover, or you may as well hang it up and not do a garden at all. Hello everyone, and welcome to Angel's Peaceful Garden. I'm a beginner gardener in Gardening Zone 8B, and today we're going to be putting up my shade cloth because the UV index here in Texas is going to be super high, and we also have a new cattle panel we need to get up. I'm going to try to get it done. I may need some help, so that may not happen, but I'm gonna try. And I'm gonna be prepping for the new garden bed we're getting soon. It's a happy time, but also a sad time because we're gonna be replacing the first garden bed that I ever purchased when I started the garden. I hate to do it, but it is falling apart. I don't know if it's gonna last the next few days until we get the garden bed in, but it should be here in a few days. But right now it has my strawberry patch in it, and I am very nervous. But we're gonna get started on these chores today. The first thing we're gonna do is the shade cloth, so let's get started. So hopefully y'all will be able to see and hear most of this. I have already installed my T-posts. So I have a T-post here, and the ones that are back there on the cattle panel behind here. I also have 2 on that side, and those are going to be where I am installing the shade cloth. I figured it could serve double duty since it was already here. And as you can see, this is the new cattle panel that I replaced the chicken wire panel with. So it's much sturdier. It goes up, I think it is 5 feet wide. I believe it's 5 feet by 8 feet. So it's about 5 feet wide, 8 feet long. And I have pole beans already planted back there. So I'm excited because I did put my peas out and my pole beans are planted. So that's exciting. Today though, we're gonna try to get this shade cloth up, and I have my zip ties and my shade cloth. Before I installed this shade cloth, I wanted to show you guys the growth on this squash since I removed the parsnips that were in front of it. It's insane. It's insane. Look at this. Look how big this squash plant is. It is crazy. It just took off since I did my May tour, which was maybe 2 weeks ago. And as you can see, it has an open female flower. And so I just hand pollinated that because I also had a male flower here. So all you need to do to hand pollinate is take that little piece there that has the pollen on it from the male flower and rub it inside the female flower, and it should be pollinated. But you know, nothing is 100%, so I did try it, and we will see if it was pollinated. But that is so beautiful, isn't it? Sounds like the birds are fighting this morning. It's beautiful singing, but they do sound like they're fighting. You know what? This is higher right here. I'm gonna put it on the top of here. I'm gonna put it on top of this cattle panel. I think that'll work better. As you can see, I left an opening because this is the side that the morning sun comes from. So what I'm going to try to do now is just straighten it up a little bit, just a little. I really don't want any of it laying down on the leaves. It's a good thing I came and checked because I think I can stretch this shade cloth across my bell peppers. Yay! So I'm going to be able to get another couple of T-posts and put this up, and that is exciting because I don't think I need to do the rest of it down the hill because that gets shaded pretty easily. I was just worried about the ones in the front right here, so I don't need another piece of shade cloth, y'all. It's coming together. Texas heat is no joke. Texas heat is no joke. When that UV index gets above 9, you have got to cover, or you may as well hang it up and not do a garden at all. So if you are a Texas gardener, be prepared. June, you need to get those shade cloths up, and it's probably going to be up all the way through September. So yeah, you just be ready. When you are starting your garden, you start in spring, then prepare in your budget to have shade cloth. You may as well not do it if you're not going to have shade cloth. Or if you have trees in your yard and you have shade already, perfectly fine. But if you don't, you got to be ready. Yay! That makes me happy, y'all. It makes me happy to save money. The ground is pretty soft, so this is going to be easy to get in. I'm getting my exercise. On these T-posts, there's a little clip back here, so I'm just clipping my zip tie to it. Now, I still have to do maintenance on my plants in here, so I'm hoping that I don't have to zip tie this front. I'm gonna have to watch it the next few days and see if it blows up with the wind. I think it's far enough down that it won't do that. I want to be able to just throw it over when I need to do something inside. So this is what the shade cloth looks like on this side now. Over here, I have already installed this one. What I did was I zip tied it to the post on the fence, and I just knew I was going to need it, so what I did was I just put it up there beforehand. These are the heat wave tomatoes. They should be fine, but I'm going to go ahead and cover them just in case. So I'm kind of rethinking my plan today because it's starting to drizzle and I think it might rain soon. It was saying it was supposed to rain after 2, but it's 11 o'clock and it's getting overcast really quickly. I think the tomatoes here on this cattle panel are shaded enough with the marigolds, so I don't think I'm going to do those. For a while, I'm going to wait and see how they do because I don't want them to be too shaded. And as you can see, the morning glories on this side and definitely the morning glories here that are growing up the cattle panel are providing some shade, which was the plan. The plan was for me not to have to buy shade cloth for right here. because, not because of these marigolds, that was a surprise, but because I wanted to put something on the cattle panel that would grow up to provide shade to the cucumbers and the tomatoes. The marigolds here, they were a total surprise. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna put shade cloth up right here. So what we're gonna do next is I'm going to move over to the strawberry patch and pull the spinach, the Nigerian spinach out, because I did plant some Nigerian spinach in here, and that will have to come out before I can replace this bed, and also all the strawberries will. But today I'm not going to pull the strawberries out. I'm just going to pull the Nigerian spinach. This is the Nigerian spinach right here. And so it is big enough to survive being transplanted. So I'm going to go ahead and move it into different containers so that I don't lose it in this move. The strawberry patch is so beautiful. I'm so worried. Those runners need to go in somewhere, but I do not want to let them root before I have to move the plant. So I am very nervous about this, y'all. Very, very nervous. I don't think I'm gonna move those this year because I do want to have some strawberries still growing just in case these die. Y'all, I am trying to use my time wisely before these beds arrive, because I know how much work it is to try to do everything all in one day, and I'm not gonna do that. I don't even want to do that. So I am gonna break it up. I'm taking this spinach out today. I already purchased some more soil because that bed is bigger than this bed, and I am going to I purchased some cocoa coir that I already broke down about 4 and maybe 4 to 5 cubic feet of it, because I know I'm going to need to add some cocoa coir in with it. It takes a while. Y'all have already seen me do it. If you want to see me break down the cocoa coir again, I do have a video where I was planting sweet potatoes, and I did it in the beginning of that video. I'm hoping this spinach will be good because it's supposed to be a heat tolerant variety, and we need heat tolerant variety of greens that will continue to grow that I can use for salads or we can cook with meals. And this one was suggested by Shay's Urban Edibles. If you don't know her channel, she is a really good backyard gardener. She has chickens as well. I hope these won't go into too much shock and they'll do well in here today, because I'm really looking forward to this spinach. I just noticed that I think there's some oregano growing in this planter. I have no idea how it got there. Absolutely no idea. Is oregano invasive? Because it's just jumping all over the garden, y'all. There are 2 little baby ones that were behind the mother strawberry plant over there, and they were being shaded out. So I'm gonna put them in one pot, and if I need to up pot them later, I will. All right, guys, this is where the spinach is going to end up in the greenhouse. I have a couple of Dollar Tree containers in here, more than a couple. I got some blue ones on this side. They have bok choy that looks like something is eating on it. That one right there, something just ate that. I have no idea what it is. We've got some zinnias, oregano. I pulled that oregano, what I think is oregano, out of that bed, and I pulled it and put it right here. Do y'all think that that is oregano? I think it's oregano. Y'all let me know down in the comments what y'all think. On this side, we have some arugula that is going to seed, and I'm just gonna let it go because it's pretty. I think it's pretty. Look how pretty those blossoms are on there. These arugula flowers are absolutely beautiful. I'm about to end the video, but I wanted to show y'all that I think we have a pollinated watermelon right here. That is a sugar baby. Yay! Audio cut out at the end of this video, but what I'm saying is that the sun came back out and I couldn't believe it. I didn't know if it was gonna rain after 2 or what, so I just went ahead and ended the video. I appreciate each and every one of you hanging out with me and supporting the channel in all the ways that you do. Please like, subscribe, and hit the notification button so you'll be notified whenever I put out new videos. And as always, until I see you next time, may the good Lord take a liking to you.